I was talking to Libby, and I said, I can't remember what she was complaining about, but I said, "You don't like it?" And then she started laughing, and then I said, "Wait a minute, what's that from?" She says, "Where's what from?" I'm like, "You don't like it?" And she goes, "I don't know." I said, "Yeah, you do. You've got to know. You don't like it?" And I said, "It's got to be, like, was it Clarence? Was it one of Cameron's shows? Was it?" Yeah. And so, as Cameron come downstairs, and he came downstairs, and I said, "You don't like it?" He says, "Dad, what is wrong with you?" I said, "What's that from?" And he says, "I have no idea what you're talking about." And Jacob came down. "You don't like it?" "Dad." And they're like checking to see if I have a fever. And I'm like, "That's something from something." And
it's from this, isn't it?
Nobody has any clue what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And for weeks, I've got, "You don't like it?" stuck in my head.
Yeah, we say it all. Me and Beth say it all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, when I'm in the airport, I was on my way to Chicago, and then I remembered rocking and rolling. And I'm like, oh, no. And there I am in the airport. Like, yeah, that's it. Like I had and people would look at me weird, and I grabbed my phone and I texted Libby, and I found the TikTok with, "You don't like it?" It was Yoda. And I said, "This is it." And she was so happy.
Yeah, whatever. You're sort of pitchy. Didn't like it.
The last thing I want to be remembered as is an annoying blabbermouth. You know, nothing grinds my gears worse than some chowderhead who doesn't know when to keep his big trap shut.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome. Our check engine light has been on since 2021. Give it up for your hosts, Mike and Darin.
Hi, I'm Darin.
I'm Mike.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, Cincinnati's comedy podcast. This is episode 281.
It's hip to be square.
It is hip
and
to be
we're
square.
squaring in on...
Oh, are we square or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. No clue what you're talking about.
No.
On this episode, I almost had a near-death experience going to Chicago. And while in Chicago, I went on a tour of the Johnny Carson Centennial exhibit, and I'm going to give you the full rundown, the lowdown, what you need to know, and I'm going to tell you right now, when do you need to see it? Today.
I got some advice for when your friends are making idiotic life decisions, when they're being stupid.
Oh, okay.
I got some advice for that.
Okay. How you been? I missed you last week. I was gone for a week, and I didn't get to see my little buddy, my brother Mikey.
I
missed a week, and I actually kind of miss him when I don't see him.
I came down here. I sat in front of the microphone. There was a violin music was coming in from somewhere, and Bess came down, and she patted me gently on my bald head.
She says, "It'll be okay."
She said, "Honey, is your little friend not coming over? Does he have a real job?" Yeah,
I do.
Yes,
I do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be talking to you right now.
Yeah.
I hope everybody downloaded our Best of Volume 5. The reviews have come in, and people who I've spoken with have absolutely loved Best of Volume 5. And I'm really proud of it. I mean, people ask us how, after 5 years, do we not run out of things to talk about? We never run out of things to talk about. And that's a testament to Mike and to me and to this podcast, because Best of Volume 5, it's really, really good. So go to our website, IrritableDadSyndrome.com. Download it if you haven't listened to it. And while you're on our website, if you want to become a patron, you can do that. Help us out financially. You can get all kinds of bonus audio, bonus video.
There's some good stuff out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's uncensored material on there.
Hey, the uncensored, by the way, if you listen to the Cinco de Mayo fight and you heard the gentleman yell out, "I'm tired of your something," and you're like, I want to know what he's tired of.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's in the uncensored version.
It's in the uncensored version on our Patreon site. And if you heard our cornflakes story, which was on episode 280, there's an uncensored version of that.
There's a word that's key to the understanding of that entire story.
And we had to cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's true, because a little behind the scenes, under the hood.
How the sausage is made.
How the sausage is what? I handle the video stuff, and Darin handles all the audio stuff.
I do.
So tonight I was making the videos, and one of them that popped up is the video about the cereals with the cornflakes,
the cornflakes,
and all that stuff. And I let me tell you, that's a humdinger. And We were talking about
It's
this.
a doozy.
It's a yeah.
It's a real.
I have no words tonight. Before we came down here, and by down here I mean down where
Our
we are
Studio
in the basement,
B.
Studio B. We were talking about how the episode right after we do a best of is typically a real banger.
A real banger.
It gets on it.
And that one does.
Yeah.
So I recommend you listen to episode 280 as well. Hell, go through our library, listen to every episode twice. Tell your friends, tell your family. So I mentioned at the top of the podcast that I almost had a near-death experience. I'm not going to name the airline, but I was going
a near-death experience.
It could have been. Yee.
Okay.
So I was going to Chicago. My company is in Chicago, and I was going up there for a business trip, and I was at CVG, which is the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport. Okay, and we were on our flight, and we are getting ready to take off. You know, when it
plane
picks up speed, and the thrust overpowers the thing, and then it thrust and lift and whatever. It's aerodynamic. It's science. So our plane is going down the runway. It picks up speed, and we're going. The pilot slams on the brakes.
Hey, what happened?
And then we stopped going.
Oh.
And he said, attention passengers, we have received a warning. We may have a maintenance issue with the plane. We're checking it out right now. Please hang tight. This will be a few minutes. We apologize for the inconvenience.
A maintenance issue.
It may be a maintenance issue. So everyone's just sitting there like,
That's everything from broken plane
that's right.
The windshield wiper needs replaced.
From the wiper all the way to the rudder.
Yeah.
Do planes have rudders?
They do. They actually do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could be one or any of those things. And then we hear at the bottom of the plane.
Oh, no. No.
Very loud.
Yeah.
It sounds like in NASCAR when they take the wheels off of the car and they strip the bolts off and then they put them back on. That's what it sounded like, except about 50 times louder.
Now, as somebody who's worked in the industrial fields, I feel compelled to point out that they probably have strict instructions to the mechanics who are working on these planes to keep their mouths shut.
Maybe.
Because the last thing the passengers want to hear is somebody saying, yeah, your engine's about to fall off. It's got all over the damn place. You don't want to hear that.
The pilot comes on and says, passengers, we do have a maintenance issue. We're going to be going back to the airport.
Oh.
And we're going to see what the problem is. And so we turned around, went back to the airport. And then the pilot says we are going to deboard the plane.
Oh, boy.
Which we did. Everybody got off the plane. And we're all standing around like a bunch of jackasses waiting to hear what we have to do. The pilot comes out and tells us that there was a problem with engine 1.
Number 1.
Engine
Engine
1.
Yeah.
And he said that, quote,
The first one.
this plane is hard broke. They ain't fixing it, or it's not going to be fixed quickly.
No.
And they don't have they don't call it a plane, they call it an Airbus. They don't have just an extra Airbus hanging around. So apologies, but everyone's going to have to reschedule their flight.
Oh.
Because this one was canceled.
Okay.
And this is the first time this has happened to me. And I'm like, well, that's just great.
Yeah.
That's just really great.
Broken plane.
Hard broke. Now, here's the thing. I am so happy. I'm an optimistic guy. The glass is half full. There's a silver lining on every cloud. I am so happy that this happened while we were still on the ground, and not while we were in the air.
Yeah, better down here than
exactly.
up there.
That's what you call a scare in the air.
Listen,
Thank you.
and I know our audience. At least 5 of you right now are going to the comments to point out that a plane can fly with the other 8 engines or however many it has.
Right.
That's not the point.
I don't care.
And it doesn't matter. And who cares?
When one engine goes down, I'm a little nervous.
You know,
I like using all the engines.
All the engines.
All of them. That's
feel
what I paid for.
Here's the deal.
I paid for every engine.
Those planes are made by the lowest bidder, right? And they said, man, if we could get away with one less engine, we could have a bigger bonus this year. And then somebody says, if you don't put that other engine on there, these planes are going to fall out of the sky like bricks.
Right.
All right,
Right.
we'll put it on.
So-
you can't just lose one.
Anywho, all the passengers at our thing got in line. They all got in line.
All the passengers who
At our-
are thing.
At our gate.
Okay.
At our gate. All
Okay.
the passengers at our gate formed a line to deal with this and to reschedule their flight. And then I instantly thought, what would Libby do? Because I'm there by myself. My wife is the smart one. Okay. My wife has all the passwords in a folder. She has all the websites saved in a thing. She knows, she just knows how to do things. I'm not so much.
So you're saying if she decided, you would be your life would end. She could just like
She could end me.
red pill your ass on out of everything.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, boom.
So I instantly thought, what would Libby do? And she would have gone to airlines.com. And, well, I don't know really how to do that. But I got on the Google and I looked at Airlines customer service and I made a phone call.
Okay.
And I was on hold for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Eventually, I got hold of somebody. And this person could not have been nicer.
Yeah.
Said, hi, I'm Darin. I'm at Cincinnati International Airport. I'm supposed to be on a flight to Chicago. The plane is hard broke. They have canceled the flight. I need to get on the next flight because I'm going up there for business.
Yeah.
And the person kindly says, oh, wow, sorry to hear about that. Please stand by. Let me see what we can do. The next available flight is at 4:30 p.m. I'm in the airport at 9 p.m. I said, I'll take it. What am I going to do? Complain?
Yeah.
They can't give me an earlier flight than 4:30. So I took that, and now I'm at the airport. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to the airport ridiculously early, like at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
For my 8 o'clock flight, and so now I'm going to be at the airport until 4:30.
A lot of gummy bears.
That's a lot. All in all, I was at the airport for 10 hours.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had breakfast at the airport. I had lunch at the airport. I rode the sidewalks.
Okay,
the motion sidewalks. I rode those a lot.
Did you get to the point? Were there long enough to where you got a favorite one?
I like the ones that go toward my gate, not the ones that go away from my gate.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the same.
Yeah.
They go the same speed.
Did you look at the people that aren't riding them, that are specifically walking them and not riding them? Did you look at them judgy?
Yeah, because they think they're better than I
Yeah.
am. Yeah. What the hell's your problem?
And they speed up just a tad, just a little
Right,
bit. You
right,
can tell they're racing
right.
you, but they can't beat it.
But I rode the motion sidewalk a lot. I read a book.
Okay.
I played with my Rubik's Cube. I keep my 5x5 Rubik's Cube with me, and I do it every day because I worry about my memory.
Okay.
I forget people's names.
Yeah.
I do, and other words. So I sit there and I messed that thing up and solved it like a dozen times while waiting on my flight.
Okay.
And it was a long, fun day at the airport. And it's like I love people watching. And while I'm there at the airport, there was a woman to my left, and then there's a woman catty corner in front of me.
Okay.
And they were both going through the same experience, yet completely different. The woman catty corner in front of me was talking to somebody, and they were apparently hysterically funny because she was. She was snorting and whatever how Ernie laughs.
I think she was rooting for Truffles there for a second, too.
That's right. So she's laughing like Ernie, and she's uncontrollably sitting in her seat. She's about to fall out of her seat. I don't know what was so funny, but she was just laughing hysterically. The woman to my left, also on a phone, I'm assuming she's on a separate phone call, was going,
Oh.
yeah. That's funny.
Oh.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
The old sarcastic, that's funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. And I'm like, if that's so funny, how come you're not laughing like Glenda over here?
That's right. That's right.
Anyway, long story short, I was supposed to arrive in Chicago, around 1.
Yeah.
I didn't get there till 7:30 in the evening.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. During the telling of that, you did remind me of a story of mine, and I don't remember all the details because I'm 50 and I don't care.
Right.
But I used to travel a lot to the point where I'd racked up enough miles where I was in like the special club, you know, where you just...
Yeah. You're in a special club, all right.
I was in the special club. And it's Delta, I'll just say. Mine was Delta because mine's a good story. My flight, something happened with my flight, and I pulled up, I have a Delta app, and there's a button that said help, and I pushed it, and then my phone started like dialing a number. And
Wow.
And they came on, and they said my name.
Yep.
How is your flight going? And I'm like, well, it just got canceled.
Yeah.
He said, yes, we've rebooked you on the something flight.
Right.
It leaves in 20 minutes. It's at gate C32. He said, if you're facing away from your previous gate, if you look to your left, just over your left shoulder,
Wow.
you'll see that gate.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is some Born Identity, you know, like. I was looking for cameras. They have maps of all the airports, so I know my app does that. You're like, if whatever airport I'm in, it'll pull up the map automatically. Right. So I assume that's what he was doing, but I was like, my Lord.
Well, somebody asked me, why didn't you just go home? Okay, I live an hour away from the airport.
Yeah, you spend all your time driving.
I don't have a car.
Or not driving.
So I'd have to Uber home and work for, what, an hour, 2 hours, Uber back to the airport, and then give myself another at least 2 hours to go through the security and stuff again. One time I was going from Chicago to Cincinnati, and it took me more than an hour of standing in the line before I even got to see the person who handles security. So I was like, I ain't doing that. I'm just going to stay here.
Yeah.
And my boss asked, why don't I just rent a car and drive? And I never agreed to drive in the city of Chicago. I'm not driving in Chicago. And here's the thing. So our airport, the Cincinnati airport, is in northern Kentucky. I don't understand that. By the time I rent a car, drive to Chicago, I'm going to get into Chicago at rush hour. And then I'm going to miss work anyway. And I'm probably going to get there later than when my flight could bring me in. So I didn't rent a car. We get on the plane at 4:30. Hey, and here's the thing. I realize that whenever something crappy happens to me, there's always somebody who has it worse than me. There's a guy in line behind me who missed his layover that was supposed to take him to Tokyo. He had a business trip in Tokyo, and he was the only person who speaks Japanese with his company, so he was supposed to interpret. That's an important meeting that he's missing.
Yeah.
There was another person who missed his layover to India, so I don't know when that reconnecting thing happened. And then there was a woman who was trying to get a connecting flight somewhere to, she was from Vietnam. This lady, she spoke Vietnamese. She did not speak English. And so her reconnecting flight was God knows when. She had to spend the night, and I overheard, the kind people, very, very kind people, the associates working at the gate, who they arranged her hotel, a car to take her to the hotel, and the connecting flight, which would be the following day. All this work that they did for this lady who did not speak English, trying to get home.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm thinking, I got to Chicago a few hours later than I was supposed to.
Yeah.
And these people had it way worse than I did. So anyway, I'm so happy. The pilot handled it fantastically. We did not notice this problem while we were flying in the air. And it was good. Yeah.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Fudge. Hi, I'm Dave Lay, and I love fudge. I'm not talking about that store-bought crap. I mean honest-to-God homemade fudge. You know, if you start to say it over and over, it starts to sound like it's not even a real word. Fudge. 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 Anywho, where was I? After this podcast, hop on over to the stove and make a batch of delicious fudge. You'll thank me when colder weather rolls in. Now, back to the show. Hey, honey, where's all the stuff I need to make some fudge?
You have friends. I assume.
I do have friends.
And
and I'm going to brag. I have some very good friends.
You have some decent
I've got
friends.
some good friends.
You have friends that do stupid.
I do. I've got I've got a guy. Yeah.
You got a guy for that.
You need a friend who juggles. I got several.
Do
of
you
those.
tell your friends when they're doing stupid?
No.
No.
I just let them do it.
No.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Now, if they were doing stupid that was going to hurt them,
Yeah.
yes, I would.
But
And
in general, if you're like, oh, you should be doing that. That's kind of a thing.
Right.
You just gotta
Why-
keep that to yourself.
Hey, why are you doing that?
Yeah. And then you go home, Libby, check this out. Look what he's doing.
You
over
know
here.
what? I do have a friend who was doing what I thought was some stupid, and I said I don't really agree with what you're doing, and we didn't talk to each other for like 9 or 10 years.
Yeah.
And I look back at that, and I'm like, I could have handled that differently, and he agrees that he could have handled it differently on his end, but we were younger and dumber then.
Stupid.
Yo, you don't even know what stupid is. It's about to get all stupid up in here.
See,
Not as smart as I am now. Honk.
So Bess and I were having a discussion at some point, I think it was over the weekend, about some stupid that people were doing.
Right.
And I'm like, but nobody's going to tell them about it because their friends aren't going to tell them because they don't want to run into the situation like you just did.
Right.
And your family's not going to tell you because they want to be supportive and you know, whatever. So there's tons of people out there, Darin, that are
Tons.
walking around
There are a lot of people.
doing stupid
Billions of people.
and nobody's telling them.
So stupid.
There's all these life coaches out there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't call them life coaches anymore. They call them something. They call them AI now. That are telling people what they should be doing and positive things to do. But nobody's saying, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing this thing over here, or maybe you should do it a little differently."
Right.
I think that's a business opportunity. I would like to be the person. You tell me the stuff that you're about to do.
And I tell you,
I tell you if it's stupid.
Don't call me stupid.
Oh, right! To call you stupid would be an insult to stupid people!
And I judge you like harshly. Because look,
don't you already do this? I love how you're like, I got an idea. I'm going to start doing
myself.
that I already do.
Oh, here's the deal.
Okay.
Here's the deal. People try to be kind. Let's think of some stupid that you could do.
Okay.
Let's say you want to start skydiving naked. You want to do that right now.
Without a parachute.
Now, I, as your friend,
Boy, that would feel great. Though.
I'm going to encourage that.
Whee!
Because I'm going to say, yeah, go for it, Darin.
That would
be all that you can be. And then when you leave the house, I am between bouts of hysterical, life-threatening laughter. I'm going to tell Bess, this man is going to be butt naked over Westchester, flying towards the earth in a parachute, and he thinks it's a good idea. And she's going to say, didn't you tell him he shouldn't do that? And I was like, no, it's going to be hilarious. Somebody should tell you not to do that.
Right.
Right?
Right.
At your age, you don't need those things flapping around in the wind like that.
No, I don't.
So that's what not only would I be that for people, I would do it with a heavy load of judgment. I would judge you personally.
You've got to be out of your
Yeah,
mind.
not only, so if I were trying to talk you out of it as a friend, I would say, Darin, I don't know, it's going to be cold. Yeah, a bird, you get a bird, and then, who knows what happens then.
Right.
I wouldn't say, Darin, that's stupid.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Someone is going to take a picture that's going to haunt you for the rest of your life.
Right. I don't need that to happen again.
Snagged on a thorn bush. You don't know what you're landing in. What happens if you
snagged on a thorn bush?
What if you miscalculate and you land right in the middle of Kings Island during the haunt? How are you going to explain that?
I land on the
you've committed at least 15 felonies before you even hit the ground.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
And have you almost in tears before you leave the office. I think I could do that job.
Yeah.
Well,
okay. And this would be would coincide with your job of getting people concert tickets?
You know what?
Because you wanted to be their concert coach.
Here's what you do is like when you have one business, you advertise the other business. In the one. So somebody comes up to me and says, Mike, I need tickets to the upcoming Rush tour.
Okay.
I was like, you're damn right you do. And I do everything I can do to get you tickets.
Sure.
Then someone else comes up and says, Mike, I want to go see No Doubt at the Sphere. I'm going to say,
Are they at the Sphere?
yeah, they're going to be at the Sphere.
Wow.
I'm going to say, no, you're not going to go
Sphere,
see.
come on.
You're not going to go see No Doubt at the Sphere. You're going to go home. You're going to throw all your No Doubt CDs out. And don't lie to me and tell me you're streaming it. You got CDs.
Yeah.
Throw them out. Apologize to every person along the way for even asking me that question, you stupid douchebag.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I think it's a good. I'm here to help people.
Okay. Now I'm verklempt.
Okay.
Because
do you think people would pay for that, to be abused by me, judged? Here's the thing: there's a bit of a gamble in it. If you come up with a really banging idea and you're expecting me to judge you, but I'm like, no, hell yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to go with you.
Oh. You're going to go
That's a
naked
possibility.
skydiving
Naked
with me?
skydiving.
Yeah. That'll be our next episode.
Time now for Dave's Comedy Corner, High School Edition. I was walking down the hall at work the other day, and the lady in the cubicle next to me said she needed file number 67. Yeah, I don't get it either. I just read what they put in front of me. This has been Dave's Comedy Corner, High School Edition. Now back to you guys in the studio.
I mentioned at the top of the podcast that I went to Chicago. I got to go to the Museum of Broadcast Communications. They have reopened. They were open, I can't remember how long ago, but they had closed during the pandemic. They closed. Anyway, they reopened with a Johnny Carson centennial exhibit.
I saw you. A bunch of pictures of you looking like you're in the 80s, 70s, and 80s.
Cool was this exhibit?
Yeah.
How cool. How cool? So cool. I can't even begin to explain how amazing this exhibit was because I grew up watching and loving Johnny Carson. I remember as a little kid, Mom and Dad would go out and they'd say, hey, you guys, you can stay up and you can watch Johnny Carson. And we thought that was the coolest thing in the world, right? And because Johnny was just the king. Before I got into David Letterman, before I got into Steve Martin, I was a huge fan of Johnny Carson. So they've got this exhibit celebrating what would have been his 100th birthday, and it's really, really cool. I can't even tell you how awesome this exhibit was. It has stuff from Who Do You Trust, the original game show that he hosted, and Ed McMahon was his sidekick. Okay, they got stuff from his high school yearbook in his hometown, and they've got his costume when he was Aunt Blabby. You know, when he was Aunt Blabby, he used to beat the out of Ed McMahon with that cane. He would just smack him right and left with that cane. Now, Aunt Blabby wasn't my favorite character of his. Art Fern was my favorite Johnny Carson character. Take the Slauson cut off your Slauson. Indeed. They didn't have anything of Karnak, but they did have a giant colored curtain that you could walk through.
And you got a picture in front of it. Yeah.
I did. Of course you got to. They've got a desk that you sit there, and when you watch Johnny Carson, whenever they would go to a commercial break and they would come out, they would have this artwork that said more to come. Apparently, one guy designed, it may have been more than one person, whoever designed this donated a ton of more to come artwork for the exhibit. It was really, really cool. Okay. And anyway, I'm just loving it. And then they had the evolution of late night television, and this is where Daddy got really excited because they had exhibits of David Letterman. Okay, they have cue cards and autographed show. Every episode had a rundown, and David Letterman autographed one of the rundowns. They had a poster hanging on the wall that I have that they sent to CBS affiliates. They had, and I'm my coworkers who were with me there I think they were getting a little annoyed with me because I'm like, I got that, I've got more TV guides that they could have used. How come they didn't? I've got. Truth be known, and yeah, they've got a lot of stuff of David Letterman, but they've got stuff from Conan and Jay Leno, and they've got the Harry Carey costume that Will Ferrell wore. They have Triumph, the insult comic dog. I
saw,
that was so cool. But I have so much stuff at my house, and I was contemplating actually donating stuff to the museum, and it would be on loan from Darin Cox.
Oh,
yeah. I'm still thinking about it.
When you were there, was anyone trying to blame Conan?
No, because you don't blame Conan.
Don't blame
Conan. But yeah, they had cool Conan stuff, and It was awesome. And if you're in the Chicago area, if you're close, if you're planning on going to Chicago, you have to go to the Museum of Broadcast Communications and check this out because it is on display. It's going to be there until January of 2027. So you got about 14 months to check it out. And I'm telling you, it's worth the money. It is so worth the money. I loved it. While I was in Chicago, I got to go on the radio. I went on WGN AM radio. And I was talking about, me and my buddy Todd, who I work with, we were talking about the museum, and then we were talking about what Antenna TV was doing for Johnny Carson's birthday week.
Okay.
That was so cool. I haven't been on the radio since you and I went on WGRR with Chris and Janine.
So you were repping your company
I was
on the radio?
representing, yeah.
That's awesome.
I was absolutely representing our station and Antenna TV and talking about Johnny Carson, and it was so cool. And I miss Johnny. I wish Johnny was still with us. I would love to see how Carson would have handled. How do you think Johnny Carson would have handled the media with social media and Twitter and TikTok and, trying to, because nowadays, all these kids today hosting their late night talk shows rely on viral videos.
Who does the celebrities reading mean tweets?
That is Jimmy Kimmel.
That looks like a Carson. If Carson were around now,
you think Carson would have done the mean tweets?
I think he would have done that.
Yeah,
I think he would have gotten a kick out of that one.
Yeah, I will say one thing about Johnny Carson. Well, I'll say many things about Johnny Carson. I go on social media and I see clips from John Oliver or Jimmy Fallon or Jon Stewart, any of those guys, and all you got to do is read through the comments, and people will eventually say, there was nobody like Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson was still the best. And Johnny Carson has been off the air longer than he was on the air.
Yeah.
Okay? He's been off the air over 30 years, and people are still saying that there was nobody like Johnny, and Johnny is still the best. And there's a lot of people who are saying, Johnny didn't get all political. And the truth is, he did.
Yeah.
He told... If you go on Antenna TV Monday through Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern and watch an episode of Johnny Carson, if you watch one of his episodes from the 70s, he is making jokes about like Richard Nixon and Spiro Agnew and Ed Meese and all these people running for office. He did an impression of Ronald Reagan. He made jokes about Ronald Reagan and Ronald Reagan's cabinet and George Bush. And he even made jokes about Donald Trump. I mean, he told political jokes. He made fun of every president who was in office in the 30 years that he was doing the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
I don't know what people are talking about. Johnny didn't go all political. Did he do an hour devoted to one candidate over the other? No, but he made fun of every person who was in office. And he made fun of people running for the office.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do. You just, he would do news of the day. But was Johnny Carson more sensitive? Did he do it better than they do today? That's up to you. While I was in Chicago, I stay at a hotel right next door to my company. And I had 3 interesting engagement. What do you call it? 3
encounters.
Encounters, thank you.
There you go.
I had 3 interesting encounters in the elevator at this hotel.
Number 3.
The first night I'm there, I landed and got into Chicago, got to my hotel about 7:30 p.m., and I was like, well, I'm not just going to sit in the room. I'm going to go walk around. I'm going to go find something to eat. So I
get into something.
I'm going to get into something. Yeah, I threw on a beanie and a hoodie sweatshirt, and I get in the elevator. The door opens, and this woman and her boyfriend or husband, could have been a brother, but I think they were dating.
Okay.
I think they've done it. They give the vibe that something has happened.
Yeah.
This woman looks at me and she said, "Where are you from?"
What?
And I said, "I'm from Cincinnati. Where are you from?" And she says, "I'm from Chicago." And I said, "Well, that's great."
What the hell?
What the?
Yeah.
What did I?
You met the female Balky.
Right. I mean, do I look like I'm just got off the turnip truck? Where are you from?
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about. So that was odd.
And that's where the conversation ended.
That's where the conversation ended. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a great segment.
Here's a rapid fire.
Number 2.
The second day I'm on the elevator, I get up go up to floor 10. The door opens. I'm walking out, and this woman says, "Are you getting off on floor 10?" I said, "Yeah." And she said, "I'm on floor 10.
Wow.
What a coincidence.
Wow. It's been known to happen on multi-floor buildings.
Now, if she and I were on the same flight, okay, we happen to take the same bus, and then we get at the same hotel, and then we get on the same elevator, and then we're on the same floor, that's would be a coincidence.
Yeah.
The fact that
if you have the same room, that's a stunning coincidence.
Oh, yeah, that's what's called a problem. Yeah, and I didn't really want to engage her, but that's not a coincidence.
No.
We're just on the same floor.
Did she have birds living in her hair?
Probably.
Okay.
Number 1.
And the third encounter I had on an elevator is I was wearing my blue David Letterman shirt that looks like this with the with his new logo, with the beard logo. Okay. And these two gentlemen looked at me, looked at my shirt, and says, "Is that you?" I said, "No, that's not me.
Yeah.
That's David Letterman." They said, "Oh, David Letterman."
Okay.
Yes. Now, I'm not being stereotypical.
No.
This isn't a Hank Azaria Apu thing.
No.
That's just how they
They
talk.
were from Chicago.
They said, he's not on TV. And I said, well, he is. He still has my next guest. Oh, my next guest need no introduction.
Okay.
And
All
so
right.
he knew.
They're down with it.
And they open the door and they leave, "Oh, David Letterman."
Okay.
I said to myself, boy, this could be almost too much entertainment, you know?
So that was my 3 elevator engagements.
You're listening to the only podcast that matters, Irritable Dad Syndrome, with Mike and Darin.
So I got a text from Mike yesterday.
I texted you?
Yeah, you texted me.
Oh.
Any day now, you're going to be going to a home. They're going to be putting you in the home.
Yeah.
I love this.
I bought Andrew Dice Clay tickets. By the way, if you guys do not follow Andrew Dice Clay, at least on Instagram,
oh, you got to follow him on
have
Instagram.
to. I mean, he's embracing being out of the limelight. Probably the best that I've seen.
Yes.
Anyone. So he's got a running gag that he's been doing for years, and I still laugh every one that I see. He goes up to random people on the street, and he's like, "Oh, you here for the picture?
Don't you want to have the picture
You want a
taken?
picture with me?"
Yeah, you want the picture?
They have no idea who
clue.
he is. And he gets the picture with them. He's like, "Yeah, you wanted the picture." And so he has
It's
all these...
okay, I don't care. I'll take a picture with you.
He has all these selfies with confused people.
No idea who he is.
So I saw that he was coming to our area.
Yeah.
So I'm like, boom. Me and Darin are going to go see Dice.
It's a no-brainer.
Bought the tickets. Forgot about it.
Completely. You didn't even tell me.
I didn't even tell him I got him tickets. Completely forgot about it. I happened to be going through the TikTok and I saw an Andrew Dice Clay and I'm like, oh, I wonder when that show is. And I looked, and if you're listening to this in the future, this is now October. Damn near the end of October.
27th. I think it's
28th.
28, yeah.
October 28th. The show was in August. But the show was also canceled.
Was an old lady lived in a shoe. She had so many kids, her uterus fell out.
So I'm assuming I got a refund. I don't remember anything. But
I love that not only did you forget that you were going to the show, you forgot to tell me.
Yeah.
But no harm, no foul, because it ended up getting canceled.
I'm assuming they emailed me or something, but I looked for Dice on my email. I never.
Check to see if you got that refund.
I don't know.
No, because a couple of years ago, I famously, and I told the story on this podcast, I bought tickets to see Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Completely forgot.
Yeah.
And when I remembered, it was like 2 weeks after the show. And then I was telling it on Facebook, and a friend says, "Oh, they're coming and they're doing a free show in Dayton, Ohio."
Yeah.
So that's just north of me, about 40 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'll go see him. It'll all balance out.
Yeah, it'll balance out.
Yeah. And so I was completely going to go to that show. I forgot that one too. Because you and I just have money to burn on concert tickets.
I don't think so.
While I was in Chicago, I got a text from my friend Ted. So years ago, Ted loaned us his a microphone stand, and a cable, and we've got an amplifier, and my son has been using all that stuff for his band. I get a text from Ted, hey man, I need to get my microphone. I've got a thing tomorrow and I need to use it. Can I swing by and get it? And I texted him, I said, I'm not home. I'm in Chicago right now, but let me make sure that Cameron or somebody's there. And yeah, you can come and get it. So I checked. Sure enough, somebody was home. So I told Ted, I said, come by the house and pick it up anytime you need it. It's downstairs in our music room. So, okay. So he goes by the house. I get a call. It's my youngest son, Cameron. Hey, Dad, Ted's here. I said, yeah, he's coming by to pick up his microphone. We can't find it anywhere.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's like, you can't find it anywhere. No. I said, it's in the music room. No, it's not. I said, well, if it's not in the music room, I don't know where it would possibly be because that's the only place where we keep it. So it wasn't in the music room. I said, check the unfinished part of the basement. Went to the unfinished part of the basement. Wasn't there. And so I started having to look in the garage, look and see if it's possibly in the trunk of my car. I don't know why it'd be. So they're looking everywhere for this microphone. Doesn't belong to us. And I called Jacob and I said, buddy, where's the mic? And he goes, it should be home. I'm like, I know it should be home, but it's not home.
I love the answer. It should be
it
this
should be
or
home.
it should
I
be
said,
there.
I know it should, but it's not.
Yeah.
And I got kind of hot with him. I was like, buddy, this isn't ours to lose. And I got a little upset with him. And so he comes home and they're looking all over for it. Can't find it anywhere. And I'm getting really upset because it's not ours. It's not our microphone.
Yeah,
we borrowed it.
Yeah.
And I thought, God, if we've lost it, we're going to have to buy Ted a new mic and stand and all this stuff. I'm in Chicago and I'm at a restaurant and I'm waiting on my fish tacos to come when I get a text from Jacob. And he said, did you bring it to Mike's? And then I thought, oh, crap.
Here's where I enter the story.
Oh, crap. This microphone is probably at Mike's. So I text Mike, and Mike never returns my text.
I was in the middle of a ranked match of Black Ops 6.
And I'm sorry, but I'm like, Mike, did I bring a microphone over to your house? Because I have brought stuff over here. I did a free concert in Mike's backyard one time and with the microphone, the stand, the cable.
And I said, new phone, who dis?
Mike comes down here and takes a picture of this microphone on a stand and is like, is this what you're talking about? And I'm like, holy crap. This whole time I've been giving Jacob down the road because, he lost this microphone when, in fact, I'm the one who brought it to Mike's house. And I felt horrible. And I sent Jacob a text, said, buddy, I am so sorry. I apologize 100,000 times about this situation. I'm sorry. So I sent Ted a picture of this microphone, and I said,
is this it?
I said, here's your mic.
This is like a ransom.
Turns out it was at Mike's house. To which Ted replied, that ain't my mic.
I was going to put a newspaper behind it to show that it was a current picture.
But the thing is,
here
I thought this whole time, then I thought, oh crap, I'm the one who did it, and I'm yelling at Jacob about it. And then I realized it wasn't him. Then I got mad at Jacob again. Okay, well, I can go back to being upset with you now.
Yeah.
Long story short, Jacob found where he had left the microphone. It got returned to Ted, and no problems.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Diff Liquid Concentrated Wallpaper Stripper. With its unique enzyme action, Diff dissolves old paste and cuts wallpaper removal time in half. Hi, I'm Dave Lay, and every year around the holidays, my Uncle Bob would come to visit. After a big dinner, we would always break out some Diff and strip wallpaper at my grandmother's house. Well, it became a holiday tradition. I sure do miss him. Make the holiday special at your home with Diff, the only one that really works. Now, back to the show.
While I was in Chicago, I went to Andy's Jazz Club. Okay, the last time I was in Chicago, I was walking around. When I go to Chicago, when I'm on business, after work is done, I'll go out walking up and down streets. I'll walk 4 or 5. I once walked like 12 miles, I think.
Chicago is a good walking city.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very great walking city. The people are kind. The streets are clean.
Which is why I was shocked when Dan and I were walking all through Chicago. That was when it was in the news of what a militarized hellhole Chicago.
Yeah, a war-torn Chicago.
War-torn Chicago. I'm like, I don't know. I mean,
I didn't hear any gunfire.
No.
I didn't see any smoke in the sky. We didn't have to duck and cover at any point while I was in Chicago. But anyway, so the last time I was there, I was walking around and I was exhausted, and I was on my way back to my hotel to get some shut-eye when I walked past this club and I could hear jazz music. And I'm like, this looks like fun. And it was Andy's Jazz Club. And I said, oh, God, I'm really tired. I'm not going to do it now. Next time I come up, I'm going to go. So I went.
Okay.
And I got there, and I got there in the nick of time because they were almost sold out for the 8:15 show. They had just a couple of tickets left, and I bought one. And I was sitting at the bar by myself. And lo and behold, some guy comes in. He sits next to me. Looks just like Andy Samberg from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
He's got a hat on, and his hair is kind of long. And I swear he looks like Andy Samberg. And I was like, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be really good, and I'm not going to bother this guy because he may just want to come and hear some jazz music.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm sitting there, and I got my drink, and before the show started, I'm going to go and use the bathroom. I said, can you watch my seat for me? He says, I will guard it with my life. Anybody comes here and tries to sit in your seat, I'm going to punch him in the face. And I'm like, you are my brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good, cool guy.
Yeah.
Cool guy. So I came back and sat down. I'm like, you didn't have to punch anybody? You didn't have to punch anybody. Okay. So watch the jazz. Jazz was awesome. The bass player... he had one of them upright stand-up basses.
Yeah.
I thought his damn fingers are going to fly off. He was playing that son of a bitch. So mind-boggling how fast and smooth and how amazing they were playing this jazz. So it's like an hour and a half show. After it's done, I started talking to the guy. Where are you from? His name is JC. He was in town for business. And he actually lives in one of your favorite places in the whole world. Yes, has something to do with you too.
Ireland.
He's not from
Dublin.
Ireland. No, in
New York.
No, the Joshua Tree, California.
Oh, he lives in the Joshua Tree.
He
lives out there in the desert.
Yeah, he lives out there. He lives near Joshua Tree, California.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, I said, I went to see the Joshua Tree tour. And he goes, oh my God, I wish I could have done that.
Right.
So we're talking and talking and
Did you
talking.
tell him he could have? That they
Yeah,
sold tickets?
That's right.
If he had
right.
half a grain of sense in his head. Don't get me started.
No. So after the show, we're walking back, and I was walking back to my hotel the way I knew how to get there, because I walked, took a right here, went down a side alley, down some steps, and then to to Andy's Jazz Club. So when I see these steps, I'm like, well, listen, man, it was good meeting you. Good luck. Have a great flight. Take care. And he goes, you too. Shook hands. And I walked up the steps and then down the street and then took a right and then walking. And there was the guy.
It looks like you tried to ditch him.
He was going, I know. And I told him, I said, well, this is weird, man. I'm going back the way I know how to go. I'm not trying to dodge you at all. He said, no, it's all cool. He was staying in the hotel 2 down from me. So we walked back to the hotels and told him a little bit about the podcast. And he told me a little bit about his job and everything. Cool guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I met a new friend.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm kicking myself. I didn't get any more information from him.
Yeah.
I should have became a pen pal with him.
Yeah.
But
sure.
yeah.
Bess has been wearing. This has nothing to do with your story. Bess has been wearing. I just don't want you sitting through it waiting for a connection.
That's great. I
hard
love to
stuff.
iron. You know. It's like. You.
I know Bess has the same issue that I do in the inability to promote this podcast, because she's been wearing the Irritable Dad Syndrome sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at Charlie's game this past weekend, and somebody put his shirt and laughed and said, "That's awesome." And Bess just nodded. And I was like, yeah. And we just kept walking. I was like, dude, right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
But no, he said his flight was tomorrow in the morning. I said, well, if you're really bored, like stupid bored, like can't stand it, you're so bored waiting on your flight, you could give my podcast a listen.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he did.
Yeah.
I don't know. JC, if you listen to it, hi, I'm Darin. That's Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more thing before we go. While I was in town in Chicago, there's a restaurant called Ed DeBevick's. DEBEVIC''S. Ed
Okay.
DeBevics. Okay? I'm looking for a place. I don't want to go to some place that we have here in Cincinnati.
Like McDonald's.
I don't want to go to Smash Burger. I don't want to
Five
go
Guys.
to Chick-fil-A or Five Guys. But I passed an Ed DeBevics, and there's a sign out front that said something like, if you can't take a joke, don't come in this restaurant.
Okay.
Let's
Boom.
go.
Yeah.
The waiters are mean to you.
Yeah.
They're rude at Ed DeBevics, and it's hilarious. I go to the table, and he says, what do you want? And I said, you serve breakfast all day, right? That's what it says. Okay. Yeah. So I ordered this breakfast sandwich. Holy crap. It had chicken breast, avocado, bacon, and a fried egg and cheese.
Yeah.
Good Lord. This is the most amazing breakfast sandwich I've ever had. And so I ordered the breakfast sandwich. What do you want to drink? I'll take a Coke. Yeah, we serve Pepsi. Thanks for paying attention. So, okay, sorry. And I'm laughing. And he just looked at me like, what are you laughing at? So he brings the food. There you go.
Yeah.
not hope you enjoy. Here, just kind of throws it on the... I'm eating, and I get to the point where I needed a refill, and my waiter walks by, and I said, "Can I get some more Pepsi, please?" Yeah. Walks on, and I wait, and then I waited a minute, and then another waiter walks by, and he said, "Is everything okay? You got everything you need?" I said, "I'm waiting on a refill. I'll get it for you." Yeah. So my original waiter comes by a minute later. What are you going to ask everybody? Here. And he gives me a pitcher full of Pepsi with a straw on it, the giant straw. You're just going to ask everybody?
That's awesome.
Then a third guy working there puts on some loud music, and the music was great. They were playing disco and something else. My original waiter comes by. He says, you like this song? I said, yeah, it's great. He goes, well, I mean, I could put on some Gordon Lightfoot or something more your demographic.
Okay.
I kind of like Gordon Lightfoot. Anyway, if you're at an Ed DeBevics, the food is great, the service is horrible, but the laughing is good. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
We're going to go. If you want to go to IrritableDadSyndrome.com, if you miss us, if you can't wait for our next episode to come up, you can always go to IrritableDadSyndrome.com, and you can listen to any of our 280 episodes. My goodness sakes alive.
What the hell do these people talk about?
Flip. Yeah, I know,
at
right?
this point.
We haven't run out of things to talk about. Yeah. If you haven't listened to Best of Volume 5, go listen to Best of Volume 5.
That's the thing that rejuvenated me for the podcast is the fact that the Best of Volume 5 is over 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Because each time we do one of those best ofs, I think, I don't know, there's not that much good stuff in the year.
No. Year 5 was a good year for
good
us.
one. Yeah.
So do that. And hey, we hope to see you next week on Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Irritable Dad Syndrome is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Hi, I'm Darin.
Yo, mama ain't got nothing on this podcast. Sorry. I had to get that out. Come back.
So glad you got it out. Take 2.
Yeah.
Whoa. What happened?
What happened?
What are you doing?
I'm letting people know that we're live.
Oh, okay. You're sighing and gasping. It sounds like there's a maintenance issue with this.
No.
Okay.
Was I breathing into the thing?
You look really concerned.
No.
Just like last week when we had audio issues.
No. We're perfectly fine.
Well,
I was into your story.
I thought there was something wrong.
No. I'm letting everyone know we're live.
What happened?
Where was I?
The plane.
Okay.
The plane. It does one of my nightmares.
I'll start
it's
over again.
taking
I'll
off
start
and
over
it
again.
comes to a dead stop.
Okay.
Yeah. Take
Okay.
2.
Take 2.
Yeah. Am I allowed to look at my phone now?
Yeah. You just looked so concerned. And last week. Last week we were like 13 minutes into it when you said we're going to need to adjust the audio.
I've Pavloved you into getting concerned when I look at my phone because it means
that there's
either
a
we
problem.
haven't been recording,
Right, yes.
the guest can't see us,
Right.
something's happening.
Recording stopped.